Chapter 2. The Report Card. I have to admit that I am not the star pupil in my class. That single honor goes to Ajay Sharma. I am just about average in studies except for English and history, in which I am reasonably good. I have never failed nor have topped in anything ever in my life. Could do better is the sort of tepid remarks that you will usually find at the bottom of my report card, hardly guaranteed to spread joy and good cheer at home. The thing is that my parents give great importance to marks. When they talk about so and so's brilliant son or daughter who has scored nothing less than percent since lower kindergarten, I feel sorry for them. There is such wistful longing in their voices. All their friends and acquaintances have potential Nobel Prize winners, and my parents have me. To be honest, I do not like being around the house when the report card arrives by the post. It triggers off such a depressing atmosphere of gloom and doom at home that it gets even to me. Mother does not say a word. Her long-suffering sighs and reproachful looks are enough to make me feel like the biggest criminal of the world. And father, not trusting himself to speak, he simply shakes his head. Again and again he shakes his head till I fear it might just drop off. However, self-containment is definitely not in him. Before long he explodes. It is all about competition, ambition, purpose of life, etc. I tune out most of what he says, but it is the attitude that gets me. For days, I am treating like a bad smell. Now, I always make sure that when the report card arrives, I am at a safer distance. My grandmother's house at the other end of the town is relatively safe. I am particularly fond of my grandmother. "How did the exams go?" Granny asked when I reached her house. "Another stellar performance." "Another stellar performance? One day I will surprise you," I said. "I will stand first. You just wait." "I am 78, she retorted. "How much longer do you want me to wait?" "Only 78? I teased. "You don't look a day younger than 108, she chuckled. That is one good thing about my grandmother. She has a tremendous sense of humor. The other good thing is that she is a superb cook. I look forward to a weekend of gourmandise. It was a Friday morning. By midday, the post would arrive. My parents would have that night and 2 whole days to absorb the shock. Of course, the aftershocks would carry on for some time. But from the past experiences, I knew that I could handle that. In the meantime, I had to keep myself occupied. So, I walked down to the local video library to pick up my favorite Tom and Jerry cartoons. Guess who I met there? Ajay Sharma. He raised his hand and waved at me. A totally bogus smile flitted across his features. "What are you doing here?" he asked in an obviously disinterested tone. "I am on a secret mission for James Bond." I mumbled through the corner of my mouth. The humor, of course, was lost on him. Ignoring me, he said to the attendant, "Will you reserve this CD for me? I'm going away till Monday." "Where to?" I asked. "To our farmhouse." "Have fun," I said, though I meant break a leg. "Thanks. Before I forget, best of luck to you." "Whatever for?" "The moment of truth," he said, baring his teeth in what I assumed was a smile. "The report card must be in the post." I walked back feeling strangely glum. It was not nice to get away from one's own house. But what could I do? I could not face my parents. Though I tried hard, I could not pay attention long enough in class. At home, I never opened books till the evening before the test. We were having lunch in the garden. The afternoon sun was pleasantly warm. The chrysanthemums were in bloom. Granny asked, "Do you want a second helping of chickpea?" "No, thanks," There is a sweet too. No, thanks. I have never known a more thing like a report card to affect your appetite. She said dryly. Is it particularly bad this time? No more than usual, I said. I just hate the whole thing so much. Marks are not the only measure of intelligence. Are they? Then why am I treated like a lower form of life? Granny just reached out and covered my hand with hers. Granny went inside to have her nap. The sun's warmth made me sleepy. I lay down on a sheet in the garden. I must have been fast asleep because I did not know when the car arrived. The slamming of its door woke me. I saw my parents. I remember thinking, why have they come here? This must be worse than I imagined. Oh, son, my father began. But, as usual, emotion rendered him speechless. He kept shaking his head. However, there was something very odd. Mother was smiling. Breaking away from her usual pattern, she kissed me and said, Son, you have done us proud. Opening a box, she stuffed a spoon of pie in my mouth. For a moment, I felt I was dreaming. Were these my parents? Was I their son? They held out the report card. Was this my report card? I ran my eyes down the column. 90%, 95%, 92%, 97%. Rank first. You have brightened the Sharma family's name, son. Father finally managed to say. That was when the penny dropped. Ajay Sharma. My name is Ajay Sharma too. The school office had made a real mistake. They had mixed up the names and entered the wrong marks. These belonged to Ajay, Albert Einstein, Sharma. These are not my marks, I wanted to say. However, the sight of my parents' faces were too much to stop me. I could not bear to burst the bubble yet, though in time it would do. These were not my marks. As I basked in the approval of my parents, I saw it for what it was. Simple pride. Nothing more. I looked at the marks again. Something in me changed. A wish was born. To do well. Not just to please my parents, but to earn these marks for myself. It would take time, but I would do it. I determined. As mother ran in to tell Granny the good news, I had a sudden picture of Mr. Brain and shock he would get when he opened his report card.